Civis pacem.
Parabellum. Ave, ladies and gentlemen, here on Tribun, where we are going to show you the next episode of Next Generation Board Gaming. And by the way, the article in the Mensa magazine, the Mind magazine, is out. Don't mix it up with the Mad magazine. This is it. I guess it's mirrored, but on pages 26 to 27 you find the article in the German brochure, and well, we won the prize for the most complex board game.
No, two-player board game.
Two-player board game, and here it is Mensa. Okay, it's mirrored again, but Mensa, the club or the organization of the most intelligent people on the world. Unfortunately, we are not part of it. Yeah, now we are going to play Tribun. And the game of today is called Discharge. And we're switching on the music. And
Exactly, and let's load in.
that's a peacetime music, but no. It's getting
No
tense,
peace here.
man. And
So-
I guess you commenced the battle with an unusual move. Bringing a ballista right away. I mean, at the moment, this ballista doesn't see anything at all, but the garage door is to be opened up.
Yeah, and for you new to the channel, we have units which are stacked pieces, and the height of the tower determines the movement pattern and the health and the attack damage of the unit. And you can either move or walk, you can either move them or attack, and or you can restructure them using the combination of two units or the splitting apart of one.
Yeah.
Anyhow,
I will
so
see it. Here is the combination, a spearsman and this club guy with a slave. They are forming into an archer. And now we are both restructuring our army and saying, well, what comes next? I mean, the garage door has opened up, but so far there is no real threat. This archer takes care, and this spearsman, so you're setting up more nasty intentions, and yeah, but so far it's not that unusual.
by the way, I showed this. Usually you have a 4 high unit here, which would have this pattern, but this unit goes like that. Which isn't usually a thing I play, so I kind of goofed that one up.
I don't know. Maybe it's good to just play around with different tactical patterns. And yeah, it is quite unusual that you do not have these long range snipers. But well,
My idea for this game was to kind of get a hold of this hexagon. So you kind of see that I have this and this and this. And I have some protection for that one. This is also protected via this here. And I'm going to protect it even more using an archer from there.
yeah, basically you're
And-
grabbing space. You're making life uncomfortable for my army, so I cannot expand and I cannot really flourish.
Exactly, and I think in the game I wanted to kind of break through this point here, which is why I'm stacking so much power onto it. But
Yeah, let's see. So I'm trying to bring some more ordnance to the battlefront so that I can withstand the onslaught. But you are doing a very good job. I mean, you are breaking apart every defense your Tribune has on this, from my point of view, left-hand flank. But so far I cannot get a grip on it. And so much pressure. I mean, you can now combine here, opening up this, setting simultaneously this archer. And I have all these, I mean, the spearsmen are very firm. They're standing there and do not letting anyone through, but they are very slow, you know?
Yeah. And I'm always thinking, like, is now the time to do this? To charge forward into the line of fire, to kind of do this, but it's always a matter of thinking this variation through. This one takes, and you take here, and then what? And
I could
you would
take,
never take,
yeah,
so you would probably do this,
of
right?
course. Why? Because, like in, let's say, chess, for example, you cannot take your own units. So this one is kind of a plug. It's hampering your own units, and it cannot go backwards. It can just move ahead, and it cannot combine because there's no allied unit nearby. So I would let you starve here to death.
On the other hand, though, it prevents you from using these dark hexagons,
Fair
and
enough. Fair
they will
enough.
be holes in your position to exploit later on. So,
Maybe.
but this is essentially like the major conflict here of when to do this. And so I kind of prepared,
This,
stacked some more power here.
I mean, this move, it seemed strange maybe, but I guess I wanted to make room to have an archer here. Now
Yeah.
I'm setting up pressure here, okay, and here, because I want to ask this dude, where are you going to go? And if you go here, see, the same archer is protecting this field as well.
Now, the move I made during the game is something I don't like. I think this is much nicer because you want to trade this, which is the only active piece you have right now. So
Yeah, and
I
you
think I
would,
prefer that. And after this trade, if you are willing to do it, I would take like this, probably.
maybe even with this status, I don't know. But okay, let's
Yeah,
say
I think I like this because I see this and I can combine
to
here.
another ballista down the center line. Yeah.
So, but this isn't what I played, and I played the following. I combined here, and the intention was to kick this one out. Which, I thought after takes... Whoops. After takes...
Yeah, I'm taking with the slave, one piece. By the way, if you're not used to the channel, sometimes in Tribun you do not take an entire unit of the enemy, but you take some pieces, and therefore, or thus, you change this opposing force into something different. Now, it's not the spearsman, but the one with the club in his hand, and he's not threatening the archer.
Yeah, and I kind of... I don't know why I took here. I think this is the original plan here.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to boot you out so that you cannot protect this hexagon anymore. But, then if you want to protect this still, you would have to go here.
Yeah.
But then you're passive, so that's what I kind of think.
More interesting would have been to go here when you move here. Why? I'm pressuring this dude, and if you do not do nothing at all, I have this one already on the diagonal to your Tribune. So this would be nice counterplay. But okay.
That's
I guess you took? Yeah, you took.
Yeah, I took. So I don't like this move. The intention is to draw you out of here, but I don't know, you can just jump back, and then what? So.
But so far, I'm up one piece, okay? It's not that much. But now you feel or sense it's time to strike, and you go all in. And now we have this, and, well, same exact story. I just let this one in here, yeah, and rot it to death. And now let's see what can this one do. It's on the wrong color, though.
It is, but
And you can come
You know,
in.
you kind of gave this up.
Yeah.
This is an issue,
It
but you
is.
counter it very gracefully. This is a very neat move. You can play it through in your head, but essentially I can only attack your Tribune if a 3 high unit is here, but then I cannot protect this 3 high unit from being taken by your Ballista.
Yeah.
Which, in this variation, if you took, I could only take 2, and then it's another loss for me. I wouldn't do this.
Yeah.
So that's why this is a very neat thing, but you also have this.
Yeah.
So now what I have to do is I have to make an in-between move, and I counter like that. Now you're looking at this, very well protected. The other thing was not protected.
Yeah.
Now, after you attack me, I drop back.
Yeah, but just
Further
yeah.
protect.
But just let's take it back one moment. Now, this seems quite tense still, but yeah, you do not have a double attack on my Tribune. You would need it.
Yeah, 2 high is like this, and the 3 high
It's
is
like
this.
that.
Or
You would die no matter what. And that's why
actually,
this silly looking move of splitting up the archer is preventing everything. And by the way, this tiny dude, he is shivering, but he's very well protected.
yeah, 9 points of material. That's nothing you can get through it that easily. And now you're attacking me. Fair enough.
Yeah, and why? Because he's the only... No, he's not the only
No.
defender, because you fell back. And I guess I blanked on this. I saw this entry point and... Okay. What did you do to counter?
Actually, kind of funny move would be this. The intention.
Ooh. Yeah. Yeah. Attacking here and the road.
And the
to
variation you
perdition.
have to calculate through is the 4 high unit takes here, and then you take the 4 high unit, your ballista, and oh nope, like this. And then if you take 2 pieces, I will take 4, and then you can take these 4 and probably like that, right? And so you actually
Probably.
want 2 pieces there. Huh.
Yeah.
So maybe that's not that great.
But
But
now
yeah,
this one gets loose, and you have far more firepower instantly available.
this is nice.
I have
because
all the
you
small
have a
units.
Swiss cheese
Sorry?
of black. You have a Swiss cheese of black hexagons. I think this is like kind of awkward.
Yeah, and I have nothing to oppose. I have just these small dudes hanging around, and you still have 4 highly trained units to really wreak havoc.
Yeah, so perhaps that would have been a better move, but alas, I did this, which is protected by multiple units. You exchange this unit and you build this.
Yeah. And by the way, I mean, we are not fighting each other alone, we are fighting the clock as well.
Yeah.
If you feel this pressure in your neck, it's definitely a different story. We have this usual approach of playing 3 minutes in a think tank and 20 seconds per move. So you have, no matter what, 20 seconds. But every time you need more time, you drain the clock. And when it reaches 0, you lose. So...
No.
And I really want to go here, but still, it's shut tight.
So the idea of this is I'm kind of letting go of this nice pinning situation here, but I have 3 threats, which is taking and then these 2 hexagons that I'm targeting, and you cannot protect all of these threats. So you do this, which accomplishes two things. Protect this, and this is also dealt with, but I can now jump in here. Attacking here. And so the very awkward thing is you cannot go here, which is kind of unfortunate. Like, this would be so beautiful. If you could do this, you would sacrifice 3 pieces, and in some situation it works, but that will not work. So perhaps if I did something interesting like that, forcing you to take here, maybe you can have some play.
Yeah, you can
Because
bring
you
it
have this
here.
acquiz.
But then you can do this. No,
Yeah.
I think there is nothing.
Yeah, so for that very reason, I, went back. There's no shame in going back.
And the ballista is vicious. I completely overlooked that it is already attacking this field. I just blanked on it. And there it was gone. That was a turning point.
Yeah, that was nasty. But okay, you kind of you cannot trade, even though that's a losing trade.
Yeah.
Which is why back then, when we had this scuffle up here and I pulled this 4 high unit back, or no, it wasn't that hexagon. That's why I put it here, so
Yeah.
that I would have a second defender.
And it was a good choice. But I'm telling myself, well, I can go all in. And already at this point, I'm cutting away every field the Tribune could use. Now you try to attack me, and I do not really have... It's so unfortunate. If this field, not play, if that field wouldn't be there, then this double attack would do.
Yeah.
Double attack, but no, you can go here and then, yeah, well, then you're safe.
Yeah, it doesn't suffice in this case, and so you have to kind of reroute. I think you were going to go like this.
Yeah, because the first ballista already crumbled, and now if I can zigzag around and come from the different angle, maybe there is a honeypot.
Yeah, and I'm very... I don't know, I really don't like how I played this. So I went here.
Yeah,
Maybe that's a good move.
That's a good move. It prevents me from going here. And I have to do something. And you're all in, man. Now you can set up forks wherever you want. Chop down this very aqueous here.
Yeah, but I kind of lost the thread somewhere. I'm not sure where, but I'm sure that I could have done something better here. And so it's kind of...
You switch to daddy mode. I'm the one who's chopping down everything and saying, well, I win because there's no opponent. Yeah.
Yeah, it's... I don't know, I'm just not very happy with this and how it turned out.
And now I can use this
That's
field.
dangerous.
Yeah. Because
No, I get this.
I didn't calculate it through completely, but I said to myself, there must be a win, right? There simply has to be a win somewhere.
This, for example.
Yeah.
It is an attack, and you blockade both hexagons.
Exactly. But at this point, I guess I didn't have this in my mind, but I was thinking, well,
Or
if I just one move of breathing time. Yeah, this is also nice.
And so, this is a very neat thing. You cannot take 2 pieces, because if you would, I would take 4.
Yeah.
And then your full attack is gone.
Yeah.
So you went there.
Yeah,
I
and
should have probably done this. Like,
it's so interesting. The
I
ballista.
should have.
Sorry, your voice was gone.
Oh, actually, that doesn't work. I said I should have probably done this, but that does not work because you could take with the Tribune, which is kind of unfortunate.
I could take Impero.
Or that even. But
But the funny thing is, see this ballista, it came from here, moved over here, took here, and then took here. And now it is stranded because taking, it could use this passage, but it cannot go back. Now you have to come up with a different plan.
I do, and it's actually rather difficult to come up with something here, so I did this.
That's pretty good because more members on the party on the party plan. Oh, forget it. Dance floor. And yeah.
So this is very neat, but it isn't anything concrete, right? And so at some point, I must get rid of this ballista, essentially. This is essentially what this game hinges onto. And if I can, then I will go on to win, because I have 10 more pieces. And if I cannot, then I will win. Then I will lose, because you have 6 pieces very close to me, and I have a garbage defense.
Yeah.
So
there are at least 3 or 4 possibilities to deliver next. What is checkmate in Tribun?
Yeah. So you kind of went back.
That's desperate. I mean, look at the time. 15 seconds. And you have won. You have to come up with a move every 20 seconds.
I decombined here. I don't think that's the greatest move. I think I should have done something like this. Moving here. The idea is you attack, and then the opponent is faced with a choice. Do you want to combine back into a corner? Or do you want to go to this hexagon?
I would rather...
But I don't know, I feel like you wouldn't want this.
I would... Oh, sorry. I will... Wait. I would opt for this, I guess. Why?
And so...
Because here's a threat. This will lead to next when I arrive here, because I am attacking your Tribune with mine.
And so my thought process here is, I don't think you're gonna get away with this sort of combination. And the concrete way I would kind of deal with this is like that.
Yeah, but I can't take. I mean, then my attack is gone.
Oh,
but
actually,
you will lose a lot of pieces.
Yeah,
It's
then
a
I
bloody
would do
mess.
this. But I still think you could do something there.
Yeah, but this applies for both sides.
I did this, which I'm not very happy with, because now you can kind of scramble around and.
But I think, see, this was the wrong choice. I should have combined here to have this threat. If I arrive here, I have something. If I arrive here, I have nothing but death.
Exactly, and I now do this because I have 1 second on the clock.
Yeah, it's hard to figure out. Here are hundreds, if not thousands, of possibilities to find the right move.
Yeah, and I wanted to not lose anything.
Yeah.
And there are so many things here that are going through your head here, and I was not particularly happy with any of them. So I did this. At least it doesn't lose anything up here, but I kind of lost touch with reality.
And here,
And that reality being that I will die if I don't do anything.
the puppy's paw.
It's actually kind of sweet.
Yeah. But
Yeah, but you have also a million other ways. You can do this. You can do, I don't know, like that.
yeah.
You could do this, which is... Oops.
Nope. Nope. Because
Oh, actually, yeah,
you have
true.
company, but
But yeah, there are many ways to kind of do this here.
you can't say, haha! Now you have to take 3 or take 4. It doesn't matter. Ah, no, this is not working. This is bad. No, no.
Yeah.
Now we digress.
That's
Let's just turn out the music. It's too little, too late.
Yeah, so that wouldn't work.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah.
is this the goodbye screen?
Not yet, but yeah, I managed to survive and turn the tides. Okay, now we
Yeah.
are back on the goodbye screen.
Oh, welcome here, and it's almost time to say goodbye. Before that, though, we have a website, tribune.org, Tribune without E, like it's written here. I don't know if you can still see it, or anywhere else where the kind of brand name is written. That.org. And you have everything there.
Simple explanation.
I know, right? And so I will also put the PayPal in a bit more readable place on our website very soon. We have this Tabletop DLC for free if you have the Tabletop Simulator. Just, go on there and download it, and everything else is free to download as well, manuals and stuff. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, the game of today, and I think, we will see us back. Have a great day, have a great time, and see you soon.
On Tribun.